welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte, if you didn't know, and I'm happy to have you here. So I did a bad thing a couple of weeks ago. I bought a bunch of new books that I don't really need. As I might have mentioned previously, is that I recently graduated. I'm currently on the high of using, hey, I just graduated, as an excuse for all my decisions, which includes buying books. Here we are, and I thought that I would do a haul of all the books that I've bought recently. Let's get started with this July haul. This is not awkward at all. The order in which I will present the books are in no particular order, it's just basically whatever I'm grabbing from my pile of books right here. The first book that I bought was The Silence of Bones by June Her. I bought this book as an ebook to ensure that I would have it for the Koreadathon, which is currently going on. And this readathon focuses on the Korean culture, and this readathon is going on right now. The book is a YA historical fiction about a 16-year-old girl living during the Joseon dynasty in Korea. The protagonist, the girl, is basically a slave working for the police bureau, which is currently investigating some politically charged murders. I have never read a book about this. I don't think I've even heard about books taking place during the Joseon era. And I find it very interesting that it's really a young adult fiction based in that time. I've actually read half of the book, and so far I'm really enjoying it. The next book that I bought is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I had recently read Six of Crows, and of course I had to order the sequel to Six of Crows since I enjoyed that one so much. I bought this in this beautiful collector's edition, which has these black stained pages, and I'm just really excited about it. I loved all of the characters in Six of Crows, so I'm just really excited about getting back to them. The first book in this duology, Six of Crows, follows 6 characters on a heist. It's a very character-driven book, more than a plot-driven book, which I personally really enjoy. So you follow these 6 characters as they are on their heist. Basically, their mission is to try to break in to one of the best protected prisons in that world. I don't really know that much about the second book. All I know is that we will be following the same characters, which I'm, as I said, really happy about because I love them, especially Cass and Jesper and Wylan. I love them all. But either way, all I know is that we will be following the same cast on a new adventure. I have high hopes. So the next book I bought is Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo Lodge. What's currently going on in the world has not gone unnoticed in Sweden. I bought this book to further educate myself on this topic. I don't know if it's the best book to begin with, but it's a start at least, and what I'm hoping is that this book and this sort of non-fiction will just motivate me to read more books about this topic in the future. I have some other books on my list that I am really interested to read. I think White Rage is one of them, White Fragility is another one of them. If you have any recommendations for books about this topic that you think would be really educational and just great to read, please recommend them to me, share them. I want to study it. I want to approach this as if it's an assignment. I want to use post-it notes, and I want to take notes and just scribble down my thoughts and annotate and so on. So I think it's just an important step for me to start reading this type of non-fiction as well. Next up, I have Less by Andrew Sean Greer. What made me buy this book, or maybe even look into this book, was first of all mainly the cover. I thought it was quite funny. But then I read the synopsis, and it just got me even more excited for this book. This book is about a middle-aged man named Arthur Less, who gets an invitation to his ex-boyfriend's wedding. Now the main protagonist, he doesn't want to either decline or accept the invitation. So what he decides to do is to skip town. A very reasonable decision if you ask me, who likes to run away from her problems and ignore them. When he skips town, this book basically takes him all around the world on many different adventures where he meets a lot of interesting people. He falls in love, he almost dies, so on, so on. The synopsis kinda reminds me of something like either Forrest Gump or The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of His Window and Disappeared. What I'm really hoping for with this book is just a fun read, an enjoyable read. Another book I bought was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I wouldn't say I've ever read a thriller before actually. This might very well be my first thriller. Basically what made me buy it was that I heard Kat from Paperback Dreams hype this one up. I trust her with a lot of things. So this book is about a reporter returning back to her hometown in order to cover a murder or a couple of murders that has happened, and somehow these murders will connect to her past, I believe. I don't really know much about it. I don't think I want to know much about it since it is a thriller. I thought that it would be a good summer read. Like if this had been a normal summer, I could have traveled to somewhere with a beach and laid on the beach and read a thriller. That's kind of what I'm imagining in my head. I don't know if this is the place to start with thrillers. Perhaps I'm way off and should have started with something else. If you have any opinion about that, please let me know. From scary to more sad, I think, I have A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I don't know that much about this book either. I also heard about it from Kat of Paperback Dreams. I watched her spoiler-free vlog where she reads this book and cries about it for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Of course that made me think I need to have it. I've seen a lot about this book on like BookTube, and what I know basically is that it follows 4 friends after they graduate from college and then throughout the decades of their life. I've heard people say that it's the best and the worst book they've ever read. But I think this will be a heavy read. Hopefully one that I can appreciate. I'm both excited to read this, but also regretful. Finally, the last book I have is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. I also mentioned this one in my previous video about the Koreadathon, because I bought this for the Koreadathon. This one is to fulfill the prompt of reading a book that includes Korean mythology. This book is about a girl who is a gummyo, a 9-tailed fox, and I think she survives on like the souls of other humans or something like that. It takes place in modern day Seoul, which I think will be very interesting. I believe there is a romance that will play out between the gummyo and a male love interest. And I'm just hoping for another good time with this book, honestly. I've seen some mixed reviews about this. I know that Chloe of Books with Chloe really liked this one, so I'm hoping I will be on her side of the spectrum. So my plan is to finish Silence of Bones today or tomorrow, and then just power through this one, because I want to finish 2 books for the Koreadathon. That's about that. I bought 7 books in total. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!